Alright everyone, welcome back to Rag Plays Aidyn Chronicles, the First Mage. We were just about to talk to Sheridan as we left off, so I think we'll do that now before we leave this castle and head to Araman sometime after never. So I take it you're ready. Glad to hear it. Trying to slip away without a goodbye? Not at all. What do you think of my group? Hadn't realized you care what I think. You didn't even ask me for advice. You could have chosen me, you know. My father would have let me come, and I've never been to Araman. But I guess you're learning to follow the rules now that they're making you a knight. Is that it? I'll say goodbye. Did you have something to tell me? Goblins are getting stronger. I don't know what might happen next. Agree to meet me on the road so I can keep you informed. But... and it's agreed. Look for me. Be sure to come and see me as soon as you get back. We'll have lots to talk about. Looking forward to it, believe me. Alright, so that's out of the way. We have dealt with Sheridan, and there's nothing left to be gotten in this room, and there's only one other door we can go in, so let's check it out. This would be the other turret, I suppose. The guard inside, along with lots of weaponry. So let's talk to him and see if he has anything. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what is it? I was wondering if you would tell me what it's like to stand guard. It's not that bad. It comes with the responsibility of being a soldier in the king's service. Yes, we already heard that. I see. This must be just a weapon room for the tower. Let's go up a level, I guess. We have more guards here. Let's check the barrels. Nothing in them. Alright, you, sir. Excuse me, sir. What? I was wondering if you would tell me what it's like to stand guard. Better than being a wizard and worrying about exploding. I see. And you, just to be sure. Excuse me, sir. How can I aid you? I was wondering if you would tell me what it's like to stand guard. It can be boring. Thank you for talking to me. Appreciate your thoughts. Indeed. Alright, doesn't appear to be much in this tower, and we're back up on the ramparts again. We'll go back down. Address a different area of the castle, I suppose. All the way down to the bottom and out we go. And, where are we anyway? Ah, okay. And we're back here, so we can either cut right across. It's not proper English. We can either go upstairs and to the Wizard's Keep, or we can explore the rest of the castle proper. I think we will explore... You know... I think we'll go explore the Wizard Keep first. Yeah. Wizard's Keep. Symbolized by the moon that's up there, if I can look at it properly, yes. I guess that would be the coat of arms for Gwernia down there. A wolf with moons and striped white and red and gold. Nice colors, nice coat of arms. Alright, this is the hallway leading to... Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir. Yes, squire. I was wondering if you would tell me what it's like to stand guard. Long hours, little pay, but nothing I'd rather do than this. I appreciate your thoughts. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty sweet gig just to stand in a hallway all day. A little boring, but, the Royal Library. Alright, reading time. Oh boy. Nice candelabra. Suits of armor. I guess we'll explore the rooms that surround it before we go and start reading the books upstairs. Let's start with this one. Lots of stuff in here. This must be a study. Ah, there's a bag. Gemstone, some spice, and 142 gold. That is always welcome. Read any of this? No. And anything at all? Ah, another one. What do we get here? Gemstones and herbs. Right on. Always useful. I guess actually this may be the dormitory for the wizards. Got desks and books and whatnot. Is this the way we came in? No, this was a different way, and this would be their dining room, I suppose. And you, sir, what do you have to say? Hello, sir. A moment of your time. Do you mean me? Is there anything you can tell me about the village? Stay on the path, that's my advice. Thank you. Well, you're not of much use, are you? So, got, I guess, different ranking tables for the teachers and the faculty, and then the students over here on the planar table. Alright, go through here, and we have a side kitchen by the looks of it. Anything, whoops, not where we wanted to go, nothing in the barrels. Nice kettle on the stove, on the fire, I should say. Let's talk to you, madam. Hello, ma'am. Could I ask you a question? Happy to know you. Is there anything you can tell me about the village? There aren't any. To tell you the truth, life here is fairly boring. Thank you. Indeed. Nothing apparently in this room. And this room would be another dormitory of sorts, I guess. And, let's see if there's anything in here. Anything on the tables? No. Bookcases? No. Is there a chest of any type in here? Anything at all? There does not appear to be. Alright. Fair enough. Let's go out. We are back in the central room, so that's good. That's all mapped. And I guess this, we'll take the time to put that Lore Master skill to use now. Let's go up onto the library proper and start reading some books. I guess we'll check the desks first. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing. 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 And, we already searched these. Yes, we did, I think, but just to be sure. Nothing. So nothing on the workstations. I guess then we'll begin with that one, since that was the bookcase that we started out by. Ah, here we go. Table of Contents, the Jundar Wars, Founding of the Kingdom, Phelan's Marriage. Close this book. I guess we will begin with the Jundar Wars. From the War Diary of King Lear. Understand not the mind of these Jundar. They are a pox and a plague upon the land, yet at time build works of such sweet beauty as to draw a tear to the eye of the hardest man. Fierce warriors are they. Mine own greatest knights are sorely pressed to hold the field, and yet I sense how old they truly are. The fiery orb of the sun has risen and set upon them untold times, perhaps a ruse. We have countered their ancient magic with our new, and I will lure them to the trap I have set. These Jundar are rigid. They are as creatures chiseled in stone. I have to but place the hammer true, and they will shatter as we array ourselves upon the gallant field, the beach behind us. This will be our greatest day, or our worst. No retreat, but that is for cowards. All is staked on this great ploy. I must not let their deadly archers rain death upon our heads. We shall. That gave us a little bit of knowledge about the Jundar Wars. The Jundar are a race of elves that we will be meeting far into the future. Kind of this world's version of elves anyway, and they were at once at odds with the human kingdoms, and they fought a great war, as we have heard here. The founding of the kingdom. On this day, the first day of a glorious new age of man, we name this kingdom Gwernia. We mark the occasion, the defeat of the Jundar, the founding of the kingdom, the triumph of good with this marker. From this day forth let the names of all our noble knights be scribed forever on this plaque, that we may remember. The first name to be scribed is that of noble Lear, Lord Protector, Champion of the Realm, Slayer of the Jundar. He shall be crowned King Lear the First King of Gornia on the first day of the new age, year 1. So I guess after the war concluded with the victory of the Gornians, the Kingdom of Gornia was founded properly, and King Lear was made king of all humans in the realm, I suppose. King Phelan's marriage. You are cordially invited to the royal wedding of His Majesty Phelan, King of Gornia, to Her Highness Boadicea, Princess Regent of Terminor, on the 7th day of the age 900. There will be a celebration and feast following the ceremony. Master Bowden of the Wizard School will perform a magic display to honor the king and the new queen. It is the wish of the king and his bride to be that this will spell a new age of trade and trust between our kingdom and the free city of Terminor. Let all old grudges be forgotten as we celebrate. So we hear about Terminor and Queen Boadicea, who has since passed on. And Terminor and Gornia have always been historically rivals, and not always friendly toward each other, but that union was supposed to spell peace between them. Same book. Whoops. Same book again. And we have another book. Whoops. Alright. A treatise on goblins. And in this wild land, goblin kind are even more prevalent. Goblins come in several varieties, the smallest being mostly nuisance. Only in large numbers do goblins pose any serious threat. Beware their snares and traps, for they love to ambush the unwary. Goblins are not heroic in the least, and will usually fire arrows from a secure position rather than engage in melee. It is these tactics that make groups of goblins a threat. Larger goblins are more singularly dangerous and act as leaders for their smaller brethren. They are also deadlier with their missiles. By far the most dangerous of goblin kind are the hobgoblins. These brutes are much larger and able to cast perilous magics. Hobgoblins will always be the leaders of a troop of goblins, if a troop of goblins strays far from their lair. Thankfully, most goblins are easily cowed and curtail their raids if they suffer a particularly sharp defeat. The Battle of Lonely Mountain. The Battle of Lonely Mountain, 895, and so it was on this date that the forces of King Ramsay drove the hated hordes of goblins back to the Lonely Mountain. There we defeated them. Goblins slain numbered over 3,000, knights lost but 24. All other soldiers and men of common birth lost numbered 67. Many knights accomplished themselves well that day, including Phelan, the prince, son of the king, who personally slew a troop of hobgoblins, and Sir Beacon, who saved the king from a treacherous ambush. Ramsay himself slew the great Grictikal, upon whose death the goblin morale was completely broke. Ramsay's excellent tactics prevented the escape of much of the goblin force and secured peace and security for years to come. The battle also solidified relations with the Mirari, whose confidential reports and healing skills greatly aided the forces of the king. So, a great battle happened near Ehrman on the Lonely Mountain years ago, led by King Phelan's father, King Ramsay, against the goblin horde led by Grictikal, and it was a victory for the humans, for the Gordians specifically, and the Mirari, of course. The tragedy at Yorwood. Now this may give us some insight as to what happened exactly. We learned yesterday that our naming ceremony was attacked, and Treherne was reluctant to speak on it. Perhaps this book will shed light. From the account of a local man-at-arms, we reached the village and chased the cursed goblins out of there, killing as many as we could. Most of them had already left with their plunder. The bodies of villagers were scattered everywhere. We counted the dead, an entire population. The namer himself lay crumpled like a rag doll, tossed carelessly aside. I have never seen the king so pale. Then we heard the cries. Hidden under a pile of straw was an infant, his eyes burning with smoke, sweat, and tears. The king was the first at the child's side. He took the baby and held it as tenderly as he would his own. "Take this child to the castle," he said. "We will raise him as a knight. All of you are his family now. Look to him and guard him well." None among us can forget the look on Phelan's face. We are now erecting a monument to the memory of those. So I guess that would be the count of us. We were the sole survivor of the tragedy at Yorewood on the day of our naming ceremony. Close the book. Same book. Good. Alright. Table of Contents. Bowden's Letters. I try to gather here some of Master Bowden's correspondence in an attempt to illuminate for others the great wizard's thoughts. Letter 1. I cannot help but worry that one as young as Audra, powerful though she is, has not the proper temperance to lead the school. There's more to magic than simply waggling one's fingers and making the biggest explosion possible. Still, she is strong-willed and perhaps the only one suited to the post at this time. Cradog, while I respect the man, is far too limited in his vision. We need strength now. Letter 2, from Cradog. And so I feel I must isolate myself and my studies for the time being. The noise and distraction of the school are too much to bear for an enlightened study, and since you have all decided that I am not fit to lead anything, there seems no reason to stay. Bowden's response. My friend, I feel you mistake our judgment for a personal attack. No one would claim to have greater expertise in your chosen school, and no one has questioned your value. We simply feel the time has come to inject fresh life into the academy. Letter 3. This is a strange fragment whose origin I do not know. What you think of me, you and all the others, do not for one instant think that I am unaware of the sniggering and the condescension. A reckoning is coming, and you are all too smug and self-assured to see it. Kingdom flora and fauna are beneficial. Gather these herbs deep in the woods and in the nooks and crannies of the darkest forest patches. The primary danger, of course, are certain creatures native to this wood, these being chiefly bats and rats, as we know well. They are easily disposed. Wolves, boars, or bears should be avoided by the experienced woodsman. Unless you are heavily armed, they are dangerous animals. On occasion goblins are spotted in the wood, but in recent times they have been few, indeed since the Battle of Lonely Mountain. Close this book. Whoops. I think that's it. I am going to pause the recording here and give it one good once-over again, just to save you guys the tedium of watching that and make sure I haven't missed anything. There's actually some bookshelves up against the wall here. There's nothing on those. So yeah, I will go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. Alright everyone, that appears to be everything. I went back over and checked all the books. I don't know if you guys will really enjoy the lore sections, but I think the books in this game are kind of cool. It's like you're flipping through them and you just come to a page. Like you'll notice some of them start and end abruptly, or without like context or anything, but that's kind of like the effect of opening to a page and then just reading what's on the page. I think it's a neat effect, and I like the lore that's presented in these books, and I think it gives a lot of insight on what has happened in the kingdom. So we learned quite a bit about the Lonely Mountain, also a little about the forest, and the kingdom in general, a brief history of the kingdom and how it was founded on the back of the Great War with the Jundar. Also, we learned a lot about the Battle of Lonely Mountain and how King Phelan and King Ramsay defeated the goblins and drove them from the kingdom, essentially. And lastly, we learned a good amount about what happened at Yorewood, which answered a lot of questions. We are the sole survivor of the great tragedy that took place there and the goblin raid that took place on the day of our naming ceremony. So, I think we will go upstairs to start. Actually, downstairs or upstairs? What do we think? We'll go upstairs. And this, I believe, are just more of the ramparts, but we'll go up here and have a little look-see what's over the edge. I can't really get there, but we have catapults all along here. Anything around? Yes, we're close to the top, to the actual observatory now. There doesn't appear to be anything there. There's a door there, though. But, murder holes. Yeah, I think first we will go up to the very top and see what's in the observatory before we head out. Nothing yet. It's kind of neat, though. I could have swore we would be able to see a certain Mirari in here, but perhaps I'm mistaken. There's the telescope. And what appears to be an astrolabe over here. It's pretty neat. Star charts and whatnot. Well, that's all good. Go downstairs, and let's check out that door that we missed. Which I know leads to Master Bowden's room, who is the leader of the mages here, and he is currently in. Let's look around his office, though, see if there's anything worth taking. Nothing. Nothing behind his desk. Got a roomy little place up here. Does he have a fireplace? He does. He has chairs. And pretty much everything he'd need to be comfortable here. He does not have a bed, oddly. I guess he must sleep downstairs, though. Just his office or something. Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk to him. I'm going to save the game right here. Yeah, that was the one. You know, it just occurred to me that Sheridan was right by us while we were looting all that stuff in the barracks down in the castle there, and considering how he dropped a dime on us for running away from the castle, that little fink is probably going to go right to the king and tell him all about our misdeeds. This is terrible news. We need to get out of this castle ASAP. Before we do, we better talk to Master Bowden here, who looks very wizardly indeed in his blue robe and pointy hat. So we'll do that. I hear you're going on a quest. That's true. What do you know about dreams, Master Bowden? Dreams? Why, there is much lore concerning that subject. The Mirari, I don't really want to know about them, sir. I want to know about me. You? Why? Have you been dreaming? We all dream, you know. Some say that spirits in our bodies. That's exactly what I'm afraid of. I saw this woman, and I saw this face. It was horrible. I still see it. Who was the woman? Was it Oriana? No, not like her at all. She was wearing a dress like the ones I've seen in the library, from Terminor. Terminor, eh? Outside the kingdom. Well, maybe someday you will meet her, son. As for dreams as vivid as yours, I think that is a sign. Rather, I think that it is a sign. Somebody's trying to contact you. Have you had this kind of dream before? No, sir, at least I don't think so. Well, it shows what I've been saying all along. You're talented, son. You should keep up your training. Pay attention to these dreams if you have any more. Think about them. At some point in the future, you'll understand them. I'm sure of it. That's true. Okay, should I take a wizard with me? On the quest? Well, certainly you'll need a wizard. Someone forthright, wise, experienced. As you know, I happen to possess all of these qualities while remaining an excellent companion in the bargain. Might I add that with a wizard along, you could improve your knowledge of magic during this quest. And magic is always useful on the road. Can I just read up on a few spells? Not quite. You see, magic as we humans know it is divided into 4 schools. These are elemental, star, naming, and, well, let's never mind about the 4th. Elemental magic deals with the forces of nature. Star magic deals with the influence of the stars, sun, and moon. Naming magic deals with the essential true name of all peoples, things, and creatures. And necromancy. We will speak about the 4th school at some later point. But, may I finish? Of course, Master. Now, no one may cast spells from more than one school. Once you have learned spells from one, you may not learn spells from another. In this way, we keep magical forces in balance while using them to their fullest effect. When choosing a wizard for your quest, be sure to understand their school. In that way, you may balance the types of power you have at your disposal. Magic is always useful on the road. Do these schools have anything to do with the aspects? In a way. You see, every person, animal, or spirit comes into the world either during the day or sometime at night. This time of birth or entry affects the way that consciousness relates to the whole universe. Your time of birth, therefore, determines whether you are solar or lunar aspected. You, Alaron, I believe, are solar, are you not? I am solar, but admire lunars greatly. Have I ever mentioned that? Solar aspected people are most affected by the position of the sun and the cycle of the day and night. Those of lunar aspect are most affected by the phase of the moon. Aspects affect all abilities a person or animal or spirit possesses. Some great men and women have been lunar, others solar. Like anything else, your aspect is what you make of it. Can you give me any advice on who to take along? Well, I myself wouldn't mind a little walk about the kingdom. I'm sorry, Master Bowden, I'm only allowed to take Abrican or Rita or Godric or Brenna. Really, what difficult choices you're going to have to make. What do you think of Abrican? A true knight, he is disciplined and noble a man as I have seen. If the king suggests he go with you, he will do his best to protect you, no matter the odds. Would Rita be good? Oh yes, she's quite promising and talented and intelligent and loyal. But I really do want to go along much more than she does. Well, sure, but... How about Brenna? She's quite a thinker. But then again, you'd be filling a place with someone who can get in and out of places. Pick up secret information, solve problems, and so forth. I don't know about her. Well, I know nearly the entire lineage of the kingdom almost by heart. I wish I could ask you to come, but I can only take the people the King Phelan will allow, Master. Really, what difficult choices you're going to have to make. Give me your opinion on Godric. Godric is... well, Godric. His potions are most potent, no complaints there. I merely wish his mind was as concentrated as his alchemy. Thank you for your honesty, Master Bowden. I have a lot to think about. Will you, I hope, make me a part of those thoughts? I would so much like to go on a quest. Master Bowden, of all my teachers, I admire you the most. But I don't have permission to take you along. I guess the king wants you to remain here in Gornia. Oh, I see. Well, I won't pretend I'm not disappointed. Nonetheless, if there's anything you need... Thank you, Master Bowden. Good luck, boy. I'll see you on your return. And, lastly... we already asked that and that, so let's go ahead and ask him if there's any exciting experiments going on lately. Oh, I always have several exciting things on the go. At least they're exciting to some people. Then why don't you tell me the most interesting one? The truth is, I've been researching an ancient sword enchantment using some old sword of Trajan's. I'm surprised Trajan hasn't looked for it. That weapons master robbed me of an apprentice. I think it only fair that I keep his sword in exchange. You go tell that metalmonger that I shall never tell him where that sword is. Although, between you and me, I've hidden it in a storage room off the lab. Would you like the key to the room? Yes, we would indeed. Take it. Just be sure to replace the sword when you're done with it. Now about this quest, perhaps I should go with you. Sorry, Master Bowden, I'm only allowed to take Abrakin or Rita or Godric or Brenna. And we've heard all this, so let's just speed right through that nonsense. Alright. And we have the key, Bowden's key. He didn't have anything else for us, did he? A new journal entry had been added to our journal there, as I just saw briefly. For some reason it didn't trigger the first time journal. Bowden hid Trahern's sword in a locked storage room off the lab. He gave me the key. Alright, cool. So I'm going to drop a hard save here, so we don't have to redo all of that, because I think that was good progress. I'll save here to make sure that this recording is in fact recording. It is. Alright. Though I think that this will be the point that we call it quits for tonight, guys. I thank you very much for watching, and if you guys are enjoying this series, please do let me know down in the comments. I'm very happy to make these videos, and I hope you are having fun in Aidyn along with me. I know this is a long process, but we'll get through it soon, I promise. Though my word has been shaky at times. Yeah, so I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.